Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 171 of PD's Awesome Guest Panel. And did I really reach 171? God, holy shit, I did reach it. Damn. All right. Anyway, we got surprises here tonight. We got returning legends. We got returning co-hosts. We got returning guest co-hosts. We got plenty of clips to show. Let's get on with it. But let's start first with our first co-host. We're going to start out with this lovely panel. And that is the man who is the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson. And that is Mr. Christopher Petey.
Hey, yo. Still haven't got that patented.
Not, oh, you, I don't even have to tell you, man. You already knew. Thank you. Still work on that, buddy. Also join us from tonight from jolly old England, Kwame Jacobs and his lovely lady, Gia.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Also joining us tonight too, he's a man, like he'd be my friend in both this life and the afterlife, and that is Dan the Man Romano.
Hey Pete, thanks for having me on this lovely Veterans Day. And just Kerrigan, great to see you again. I'm going to be seeing you this weekend. And also, two things really quick. I brought the big guy.
He actually made that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's right.
And
He's the man.
one other thing.
Cool.
Yes!
That's a cool shirt. That is a really cool
We're
shirt.
gonna show some Goldar love. We're gonna show some love to our guest star tonight. Let me introduce our other co-host for tonight before we get flustered here. Tonight, also joining us, a guest co-host. He's been on the show before, and he's a dear friend of mine, fellow Power Ranger enthusiast, Mr. Tyrone Ty Skyber.
What's up? And I'm a huge fan of. It's good to be back. And last time I did the interview with this was a couple years ago. And so I'm a huge fan of Kerrigan, and here's my design looks like. So I cannot wait to meet you in person. So this is for you, Kerrigan, and one for myself. So get ready until the Ranger stuff.
Oh, we can make a deal with that. I like that.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
I'll meet you in person. When I need to find the protected, the clear ones, whatever you call it. If not, I gotta figure it out to put the folders, if you
Sure.
will. So
Sure.
yeah, definitely.
Very cool. And we're going to get on with the show. I'm going to introduce tonight's guest star, a gentleman who really doesn't need an introduction, a man who is a Fox Kids legend, a Power Ranger legend. He is the star of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Goldar himself. I welcome back the legendary voice actor, Mr. Kerrigan Mahan. Welcome back, Kerrigan.
Thank you, Petey. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so glad to have you back, man. I mean, we had fun the first time. Got to bring you back for a second. Double the carnage.
It's very flattering. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we have clips prepared for you. We have tributes for you that I had prepared for you. But before we get into that, sir, we have a couple of questions that we want to do, like all of us do. And one of my first questions I want to ask you, and I forgot to ask you this on our first interview that we did, Kerrigan, and that was, in voice acting in general, how do you balance, the character's personality with your own? In other words, what is the key in order to make the character feel more authentic, more genuine, that like it doesn't feel like you're reading from a script, like this person feels like this character actually feels like it's real life?
Well, I think a good actor brings a lot of his own personality to any role. And I studied I studied at Strasbourg for a couple of years. I often questioned for many years why Goldar had become so popular. And I really only answered my own question within the last maybe 4 years, I think, in recognizing that this was virtually a one-note character that could have been very flat and one note. But I think what happened was my acting chops, and especially as an older actor, even though it was 93. So I was 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. I was 38. So it took me some long, many years to realize I was bringing a lot more emotion into the character. I was bringing anger into the character. I was bringing humor into the character. I was bringing heart back to. I think I come from a lot of heart, and I always try to find what what is the core, what is the being of any character I play. You know, these characters, even though we call it voiceover, it really isn't voiceover. It's acting, and it's knowing what the character's wearing. It's knowing what the character eats. It's really getting into the skin of the character, because what you're doing is a character, not a voice. You know, I love it. And it breaks my heart when people say at panels, oh, I do this voice, I do that voice, I do the other voice. Listen to this one, listen to that one. And it's like, yeah, but guys, there's nothing behind it. You're just doing voice. You're just doing voices. You don't have a character. You're not committing to who is that character. So I think finally Goldar had many layers as what could be considered a one-note character. But I think that's how that character has sustained. And I think I brought many levels to him that were very, very subtle. But I don't know if that's answered your question, but certainly there's a lot of my personality in Goldar and any other character I play, because it's me playing him.
I could see that, and another personality I could see, like if you, like that you did though, which is not a non-Power Ranger thing. We're gonna talk more about this too, and we're gonna actually show clips of this later on though. And that was your work on the redemption of the monster from Pedras Blancas, if I said that correctly.
Yeah. It's a long title, and that was actually intentional, you know, to kind of complement the parody. I mean, let's face it was a parody, and
Yeah.
so go ahead with
Oh,
the.
I was just saying like how much I saw of your personality and when you voice that monster, like your humorous side though. Like, and when I see even like when you voice Goldar though, that's me saying that's Kerrigan's humorous side, where he's trying to blend in the evilness with the humorous side. And that's what I got also with the redemption of the monster, because it's not. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything. We're going to talk about this later though, but I'm just saying like I can understand like from your perspective not only why that project was so much heart for you, but it was also I could say like how much the character could be like part you and personality wise, and you know what, the viewers just got to see it.
Well, I would love for everybody to see it. You know, now it can just be typed. You know, people say send me the link. I'm so bad with all this technology.
I'll cover you on that one, sir.
I say just
I don't blame you. It's all right.
I'll cover you on that one, sir.
Just type into YouTube the redemption of the monster of Piedras Blancas. You know, this dumb little thing came from. It was a community project. It was in the newspaper, and they said we're looking for. And my wife said, "You have to do this." And I said, "Oh God, no, I don't. They don't have a script. You know, they made some Super 8, maybe not even Super 8. It might have just been straight 8mm back in the early 70s, and you know, no sound. And they were trying to imitate the original movie, The Monster of Piedras Blancas, which was shot in Cayucas, which is just down the street from where I am right now in Cambria, and just up the road from Morro Bay. Well, that whole movie from the 50s was shot in Cayucas, and it was kind of how would I say a bad follow up. Like, let's say VR Troopers was trying to be a copycat to the Power Rangers. Well, that's what the Monster of Piedras Blancas was to the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yep.
So, you know, it was not a good movie. It was a terrible B movie, but it caught a little fire, and so they wanted to do they say a remake or whatever. The producer gals that made this thing, they wanted everything. They wanted the monster to be scary. They wanted the monster to be feel good. It's like, guys, you don't know what you're talking. You can't have it all. So I took walks at the time with my Samoyed and my writing partner, and we kept trying to come up with some effing idea that's gonna please everybody. And you know, he's kind of serves as my muse. He comes up with 10 terrible ideas that I am not in any way afraid of saying, no, Steve, that sucks. Fuck no, no. And then he comes up with maybe a 10th idea
Fuck no.
that's just as effed up as all the other 9 ones, but that one sparks. Whoa, no, that sucks. But thank you, because this doesn't. And that's how this idea came. This is, we wrote the script in 3 days.
Whoa.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Well, how could you?
Of course.
I mean, we were on such a schedule of insanity. That entire thing was written, shot, edited with an original score and splashes of Foley in the middle of the night. Foley is when you actually do the footsteps with the microphone. So like when she's skipping up to the door to see if Cass is home, you actually hear the footsteps. And I did the all-time Hollywood no. I didn't know I was doing it. I realized it, of course, after it was all made. It's legendary Hollywood. No animals, no water, no kids. Oh, geez. I'm in the water with kids and animals. Oh, I mean, good God, what it took to get that dog into that wagon. How many of y'all saw this thing? Is it just you, Petey?
I watched it.
I did.
I watched it. What's funny
watched
is
the
I
whole
watched I watched the original and I watched that. So I
Oh,
watched
I
both
love
of them.
it. I love that. I love that. Did you get a kick out of it?
I did. It was.
I did.
It's funny you answered one of my questions. I was going to ask, because it seems like there was a lot of cooks in the kitchen and not sure where everyone wanted to play. Like I couldn't tell if it was a remake or a sequel. But now that I know what you basically answered what my question was going to be. So it was interesting to hear how it came to be, and you can tell you had fun with it, even though.
Oh yeah, but it was a monstrous work. No pun intended.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
even though we saw what it became, you can tell you still had fun voicing it.
just to give you an idea, the Monsters Cave.
Yeah.
The Monsters Cave was a 13-hour shoot in the caveman room at the Madonna Inn. In that scene was 13 hours of work.
That's
Just goes to
wild.
show you
That whole thing.
the best thing about movies is watching them.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Oh wow.
Yep, he's speaking facts.
As a that's the thing. As a filmmaker myself, I kind of agree with that. I watch a lot of them, so that's why I was I had to watch both because I was curious.
Well, I'm sorry
I'm glad I
everybody
watched
there has not seen it, but I hope everybody who's sitting on the staff over there, I hope you all tune into it, because I'm very proud of the movie. I was working with amateurs. The little girl wanted so desperately to be an actress, and let me tell you something. Halfway through that shoot, she was like, "I'm not interested in this shit."
And you know what, Kerrigan, because I think you're a wonderful man, I think you're a legend, and because I would love for these people to see this video too, I actually have a prepared 2-minute clip of that same thing prepared right now, and we can actually show it since we're on the subject.
Oh, how nice. Thank you. Wow.
I want to make sure everyone got to see this work though, because I saw it. I want people to see the heart and soul that Kerrigan put into this project. This is 2 minutes of Kerrigan's heart. Let me go share screen. Let me see if I can find the share screen option.
Take your time.
Yeah, we're fine, buddy. You do this. You do a very good job.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'm glad you're proud of it too. That's the main thing. Like, because I see some people nowadays who are just like, "Oh, that was nothing for me," and it's nice to hear you're proud of your work, and because it was enjoyable.
I'm very proud of it. What we pulled off in the time frame, 30. That's a solid 30-minute film with all the elements.
Yeah,
and we pulled that off. I'm gonna say about, as I recall, from the minute we started taking a walk and trying to figure out what the hell the script was going to be, to the casting, the scheduling, the shooting, the editing. I think it was all over and done with in less than 50 days.
All right, can everyone see?
Yeah.
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 We see it.
Right here.
We see it.
So
Is
I
it?
could, yeah, so I
I
could
can
put
see it, yeah.
a clip of Kerrigan's work as the
Mhm.
monster from this movie, and a special treat. Here we go.
I think I saw that one.
Pay close attention to the details.
All right.
Him, okay.
Oh my god.
For Martin Luther King.
Oh.
Okay. This is where Kerrigan's badass.
My nature as a carnivore is to hunt the sea and hunt the shore. I say,
Oh my
take
gosh.
flesh to munch with some bones to add some running. I used to dream of such a treat, retreat to my cave so I could eat. In private was how I set the tone until I realized I was all alone. All alone, so all alone. Nary a friend, dare I say I had, and there's a tragedy that's oh so sad. So I decided on that fateful day that eating friends is so not the way to truly be.
Something going on.
happy
Became
with
good.
love, acceptance and harmony. That green soul's a healthy way to keep your friends each and every day. And now I've got a friend named Bella. You know I'm such a lucky fella, not ever alone. Is what I'll be. 'Cause
Why here is
you
Goldar? Maybe he was good.
who
Yeah.
I am and
It
who
was
I
him.
eat. And that's my
No,
bad
I know.
Avoid all meat. Now that's my rap. I do
Oh
declare.
my god, it's
Always
him.
get some looks, some stares. The monster of Piedras Blancas, who changed his diet to green seaweed and yummy cave mosses. From the real lighthouse.
That was amazing. You wrote that? Unreal. Who are they?
They're peeps from the hood.
Seaweed treats?
Oh, yeah. Used to eat the little varmints like popcorn. Now I feed them. Anyway, we're gonna have to call it a day, Bella. I gotta get you home. Your mother will be worried sick.
Do we have to go? I like it here.
Oh my god.
Gotcha.
That wasn't funny. You totally ruined the moment.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That was terrible. All right, now listen. No more surfing alone. Do you hear me? You promise?
I promise.
All right. Now, come on. It's time to go home.
Okay, your reaction?
Oh my god.
I get props to you, Kerrigan, for not skipping a beat on that rap. For that rap, I mean, you did not skip a beat. Like literally, not one little pause.
Well, that came out of my partner, and I thought he'd lost his mind. I literally was like, Steve, what the hell are we doing? What do you mean he's gonna rap? Who are the people coming in from nowhere? But he was right. I said, you know what? It's
But
out there. It's just out there enough. What the hell? Now that's my writing partner that was on camera right. And that's my DP, my director of photography, was on camera left. But I have an anecdote that none of you are going to believe this. You just watched something that you think you saw exactly how it was. Well, let me tell you how it really was. When we did the transfer for the edit, my editor called me and he said, I think we have a problem. I said, well, I don't like hearing that, but that's what movie making is. It's just solving problems. So what is the problem? He said, I've gone through it 3 times. We have no reaction shot from Bella for the rap. I said, what in the can I swear, Petey? Or,
Please.
oh,
Go on.
Say
Swear.
please.
Swear what you
There's no
want.
censorship. I swear it in the opening.
okay, I forgot. Anyway, in this case, it's appropriate. I said, what in the fuck are you talking about? We cannot go back.
Mhm.
We no, you have no idea. None of you have no idea where this is going. I said, we cannot go back to the Madonna. They're the only ones that charged us. There's no way we can get the monster suit, the whole bunch of shit again, and light it, and it's out of the question. He said, well, we don't have it. I said, you have no reaction shot, and then he was pissed me off. I about fucking hung up on him. He said, well, are you sure you shot it? I said, oh, Randy, give me a fucking break. I have a shot list. Of course I shot the reaction shot. God damn it. Are you sure it did not make the transfer? He said, it's nowhere to be found. I said, well, we're fucked. You know, how many times can you cut to the kitty seaweed shot? You know, no, she needs to be seeing and watching and reacting. That's the whole point. Well, then we're very silent and quiet on the phone. I said, wait a minute. Do you still have the blackout, the good velvet blackout curtains? Professional blackout curtains. He said, yes, I do. I said, all right. It's summer, so it doesn't get dark till 10. He said, what are you thinking? I said, we're bringing goddamn Bella right into my fucking living room. We're putting the blackout curtains right over the goddamn fireplace. We're lighting and matching the green and the pink lighting, and she's gonna act her little fucking ass off if it takes all night, even with her attitude. That's what we're doing, and we're doing it tomorrow night. She was not that. All that reaction was not in that room.
Nice.
No, that's interesting.
That was in my living room. She arrived in her wetsuit. She said, well, why are we doing this here? What's going on? I said, hey, give it a rest. Do what I say. I'm the director. You're the actress that doesn't want to be an actor anymore. The sooner you do what I need, the sooner you can go home. I have all night.
Just get it done with, man. You're very dedicated for it, you know.
Well, and you know, I'm getting her to laugh and doing it, you know, and I'm doing it all off camera, and then she's giving me what I need, and then we went in and edited that, and we got the lighting as close as we possibly could. But I bet none of you had any idea she wasn't in that cave watching that.
No,
rap.
that's interesting. That reminds me of what they did in New Hope with Star Wars, like the katana scene with the aliens on the band. It was the completely same thing. They shot it separately from everything else because you never see the band in the katana scene. In
Well,
Star Wars.
we had a real problem. I mean, I had to come up with a solution, and I did. And I got the shot. I got what I needed. And quite frankly, I'd say she was actually better in my house with her real reactions that I got out of her in the living room at 10 o'clock at night than she was in the cave. So, you know, maybe it was a blessing in disguise. It sure as hell didn't feel like one.
Anyway, you did a phenomenal job on that, though. I mean, that whole fucking rhyme, and again, you can curse on the show anytime you want, Kerrigan. I mean, I just did it right now, but it just amazes me like how like you kept the beat for that long though. I would lost my breath if I sang like that.
I don't know how I pulled that off because I don't like rap. With all due respect to anybody, sorry, it's just not my thing. You know,
you're fine.
No, that's all right. I'm not a big fan of rap music myself. I like a little bit of it, but
it's not my sound. You know, music I think is especially for an artist, art, paintings, books, you know, and especially as you get older, they either grab you literally by your gut. It's where your heart lives, and the sound either works for you or it doesn't. And so, you know, when I had to do the rap, I'm kind of going, oh my God, this is brutal. And of course, you know, I'm not the monster. I'm not in the suit. That's all. We had 5 monsters, actually, 5.
Oh, okay.
So I'm recording. That's all being recorded in my studio by me and the monsters acting out. And I've already recorded it. And they are dancing and doing their thing to I'm trying to think. I think we had you know, what do you call it? Being played on the stage. So they're hearing what I've already recorded. Yeah. And then we shoot another one without where the monster in the suit's doing the same thing, and we go ahead and record live what the guys are actually saying, because I don't think they were in the studio with me. I was solo when I recorded it. So then you blend them together, kind of shit. Movie making's monsters.
It really is, but like, I would just want to touch on that. What you just, how you explained it, that's the magic of movie making, hiding it to where you can't even tell they're not in the same room. You know?
Yeah. Well, I shot her tight. I wish we had had more time to catch a couple more angles of her. Meaning, you know, we were, as I recall, I really was only getting the one angle. I don't think I might have had two angles. And I think also that would have required resetting that very distinctive pink and green light, which took us a freaking hour just to get that matched with the room on the reverse of seeing the wrap. So, you know, we kind of got, I think, a spot where we cut the frame in a place that was comfortable, and she reacted enough different reactions cutting back and forth that the one angle, I think it worked. If we'd had more time, if we were, you know, more budget, we would have reset all the lighting to get a second angle on her. And that's the way it works. Anyway, enough on that.
Kerrigan, you were also, before we get to Ty's first question, though, two things. You were also the television announcer in the beginning, right? Where the girl is watching with her mother?
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's Kerrigan's voice.
Yeah.
Whenever, as a longtime fan of voice acting, whenever I hear someone's voice like that, I'm like, that's them. That's them. I can hear their voice. That's them.
Yeah, and when I'm, you know, kind of the high pitched nasally guy saying, telling about the monkeys and the midgets only got scale or something. Yeah, that was all me.
Also, I want to show you actually tonight's promo that I made for tonight's episode, though, and actually I did it in your honor. I can't like access it on my computer though because there was no music towards it, so I'm actually show you from my story though. This is the promo that I made for tonight's episode.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That.
I was like,
Pretty
wow.
Good. It's pretty
I
good
just
though.
wanted to show that to Kerrigan. Going face to
Yeah, I
face,
know.
we did at Morphicon, Kerrigan, going face to face with Goldar.
Mm-hmm.
But Ty, your first question.
What? My first question?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So my question to Kerrigan is, how do you get started becoming as a voice actor?
Well, you know, now you're asking a 70-year-old a question that has nothing any more to do with this day and age we're living in. I'm sorry to report. I would say I really got lucky. So my story doesn't cut muster. I'll share a little of it, but I'm going to back into this. And unfortunately it's a negatory. It's a negatory. I think we're done with voiceovers. I'm afraid AI is coming with a vengeance, and I'm sorry, guys, but I think we can play. Excuse me. I think we can play denial. We can jump into the denial wagon and pretend that AI is not coming. It is coming, and it's coming with a vengeance. And what's more scary than what's happening now is the superhuman intelligence that is being developed, and we could all be bye-bye in 5 years. But we don't have to go down that dark road right now tonight.
But AI is still like working out the kinks. They still can't get word pronunciations down. And they still like have the like recognizable inflection that you hear, and that just makes them realize that you're listening to an AI and not an actual person.
Well, I can share with you an AI of Carlos Alcaraz calling out Sinner, and the sync is absolutely perfect, and it's Alcaraz's voice. I can share with you Ronald Reagan calling out Trump that is absolutely stunning. I think that's all really nice, what you just came up with. And I think it's 100% bullshit. Yesterday's news, you're holding on. Yes, they can. Yes, they are. And more to come. So we will agree to disagree. On that note,
maybe I've only been watching the old AI videos then. I don't know.
I think so. And I think what you're saying existed for sure, but we're moving so fast. Now, as far as getting into this damn thing, you can still get into it. I just think it's become so impossibly, and just how do you finally, with no contacts, break into this mess today? Well, first of all, you have to be rubbing shoulders with anybody who's anybody in LA or New York or Dallas. I don't think there's any way around that. And I think you have to be, like I said earlier, it's not about voices, it's about acting. You really should be taking acting classes, and you vocally need to be a gymnast and really be talented. How to do it today, I really don't know. I don't know what classes or any of that, if any, who's doing what. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry that can't figure out how to make a living doing voiceover is trying to teach it. Well, that's kind of suspect, isn't it?
Let me ask you, Kerrigan, because you brought up the AI too. Like, do you think that there's both good and bad of like the uses of it? I'm not talking about like voice acting though. Like, I'm talking about like, for instance, if people want to use it to like pay tribute to people or like promotional use though. Like, do you think that in that aspect that AI could be used? Like, not like, and by the way, I agree with the whole celebrity thing. Like that's just getting repetitive. I'm getting kind of annoyed with that too. With when I'm seeing all this stuff like those AI things. But do you think that like AI has both good and a bad?
Positives, yes, there are positives. There's no question. Again, the concern is the the superhuman intelligence that they're racing toward. That that I read. Anyway, they're going to be thinking 10,000 times faster than we, and they don't have any solution. They don't have any solution to how they think they're going to control them. And that's where the egos come into it, and that's where we're heading. But yes, I do believe there's positive. I just wish we were smarter to go, wait, this is worse than nuclear. Don't do it. We're going to create a real problem for ourselves, I'm afraid. So
right.
Yeah. Back to getting into voiceover today, I don't have an answer to that. I got lucky. My girlfriend was working at a little pasta place on Sunset Plaza in I'd say probably 1985. And she came home and said, oh, this guy came in at midnight. This was a fancy pasta place that served fancy overpriced pasta and stayed open late. And she said, oh, he came in and said we were recording down the street and I have a great voice. Well, she was a blues singer and she did have a great, cool voice. And I just laughed. I said, oh, Wanda, for fuck's sake, he was hitting on you. And we did go down to Intersound the next day, both of us, and they were recording. They were recording around the clock. And she took a stab at trying to do some dubbing, and she wasn't very good at it. I took a stab. There are a lot of moving parts to trying to see the screen and see the script and fit your mouth into the mouth, fit your voice. And my God, my heart was beating out of my throat. And I'm a good multitasker, and I knocked it out of the park. And the guy who had come in the night before, who, by the way, is a voice actor named Greg Snagoff, he said, well, you got lucky. Let's try another one. And I did another one, and I just had a knack for it. And that project happened to be called Robotech. And Robotech was an anime in the mid '80s afternoon anime after school, it was very, very popular. And I never looked back. I never had to wait tables again. So that's how I got into voiceover.
Kerrigan,
I definitely remember Robotech for sure. I was always like bothered by how they like transitioned over to like, I guess, a time skip after the Macross saga.
There was a lot of controversy with Robotech because of the way it did cross-pollinate, if you will. And I wasn't paying any attention to any of that. I was just thrilled to death that I was making $17 an hour. And Bob Barron, who did a lot of directing, and Carl Masek, who is responsible for What Bothers You, actually produced it. And I just know it was my kickoff into voiceover, and I never looked back.
Was Tony Oliver there too?
Yeah. Tony was the big lead. Gosh, damn.
What about
is he the one who played Rick Hunter?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Was Scott Page there? Scott Page, the one that
Scott did not start there.
Okay.
Scott started actually when I met Scott. We had made our way over to Chaim Saban, and this is well before Power Rangers. We made a lot of anime with Chaim, who knew nothing about any of it. He came over from Israel, and his partner Shuki Levy, and they were basically making music for cartoons. And then they wound up here in LA, and I'm not sure what they were here for exactly. Chaim, I know, was trying to sell Power Rangers for nearly 8 years. He was laughed out of every office there was in Hollywood over this thing. And he hooked up with some woman who said, we can make this happen. And inside of a year, he sold it. And Tony Oliver had switched hats. He actually wound up on the producing end. And so he handpicked us who was going to come in to do which actors were coming in to read for the roles of the Power Rangers.
Oh.
And my character was initially treated as, he said, Kerrigan, just do this gold guy. He doesn't have much of a part. And so I didn't really commit to a voice. And so that's why people ask me a lot. It seems like the voice changed. And then, yeah, you're damn right it did. I couldn't, when he called me and said, you got a big part here. Well, what I was doing was very pinched, and I couldn't sustain that voice. So I had to really work my vocal cords to find a placement, just like a rock and roll singer would, where it's like, okay, I can scream this for 45 minutes.
No, it's funny too. I remember a lot of people ask, "Is that the same guy?" It's like, yeah, Kerrigan. It's just back then it was very simple. It was like before, like yes, Empress, and then it became that.
A lot more air, a lot bigger, and yes, initially it was very pinched.
Would you say also Kerrigan? It's very similar to like I think it was who voiced Barney Rubble. I think it was Dawes Butler who voiced Barney.
Yeah.
When you first hear his voice, it sounds blah, 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 and then he changes to like oh bird.
Yeah, there you go, Dawes Butler.
Sorry, you were gonna say?
No, I'm just saying I actually got to meet Dawes. I mean, when I started out, my agent Don Pitts handled Dawes Butler.
Oh wow,
that's so cool.
He's like in the Mount Rush. He's in the Mount Rushmore voice actors. Like
that's right.
But you know what? Right. Before we get to Dan's question, though, we have a clip to show you, Kerrigan. It's another tribute to you. But I just want to say, too, when it comes to voiceover in the Power Ranger franchise, you are in my Mount Rushmore. You, Michael Sorich, Richard Cancino, and Bob Pappenbrook.
Wow. And also, in all fairness, I need to just dare say I mentioned Dave Mallow and Robert and our deceased friend Robert. I mean, these guys were real voiceover icons in their own right.
Oh, wait till you see the tribute I'm going to be doing for Dave. And speaking of that, though, we have another tribute for you, Kerrigan, and we're gonna share a screen though. And in honor of you and Power Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie's 30th year anniversary. It's been 30 years since that movie came out. I want to show a clip from this movie that you were in, and I think it's not only the greatest scene in the fucking movie, but I'd say it's probably my favorite Goldar line of all time because every time I hear it, I can honestly feel when you say it. Though I honestly, when you say this line, I felt that.
I can't wait.
And Kwame knows where I'm getting with this. Daniel knows where I'm going with this. Ty, I think knows, and I think Chris knows too. But
I know that line.
But let's not spoil it. I'm gonna play it.
No,
right
not
now.
yet, not yet. I say it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna play it with such delight.
You haven't seen all of the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
With such delight. Here we go. Can everyone see?
Give it a sec.
Yeah.
There we go.
I know we see it.
Here we go. This is Goldar, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, 1995.
Hide my beautiful creation. Now I'm beginning to get really angry.
Oh boy.
Ugh. Always found that a bit gross.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Like Kim said.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Right here, right here.
Go get him, Booger
Booger Man.
I'm sorry.
Booger Man.
Fucking line.
Booger Man.
It says Kerrigan.
Booger Man.
Time you say that. Go get him, Booger Man.
Be careful, like, Hopi. Yeah, might actually time out the mic
Booger
because we
Man.
can't hear you when you yell too loud.
Yeah.
That's good. That'll help me for this weekend. Somebody's going to want to hear something, and I never can come up with anything. So go get them.
I used to say that.
Get him, Booger Man.
I gotta ask you though, Kerrigan, who's the
That
better
was actually a different character, though.
What do you mean different character?
Booger Man actually existed back in the 90s as a
Yes.
Sega Genesis character.
Yeah, but that's a totally unrelated franchise. I know what you're talking about. I played that game.
Well, yeah, that's what I was just talking about. A little thing there.
Great game, by the
I
way.
was about to say, doesn't that count?
It kind of does, I think. But I will say this too, Kerrigan. Like you just fucking nailed that role. Like every time I hear Goldar, it's like just Kerrigan just providing his charismatic magic or charismagic.
Thanks, man.
Dan, before you ask your question, I gotta ask Kerrigan. You worked with all three of them, so who is a better boss? Robert, Barbara, or Paul? If you get what I mean.
Well,
who is a better boss?
I obviously am. I would lean toward Barbara because we're dearest of friends for all of these years. I love Paul. I never worked with Paul. I never even met Paul till a Comic-Con.
Really?
No, he and I never met each other through the entire movie.
Oh, I met him last year, and I can tell you, much like you, he's a very cool guy, very soft-spoken gentleman. Like I was so shocked when I met him. He was like, wow, like he's so cool, so soft-spoken. So
he's very cool. Very cool.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. And Robert and I had our, moments with respects to, his being late and shit. And, but he and I ultimately were friends. And so I'm biased toward Barbara for sure, because, we're best friends to this day.
Fair enough. That's fair, sir.
Yeah.
Dan, you had a question?
Really quick, you got me thinking. Kerrigan, I want to share this. Speaking of Robert, he sent this to me on my birthday on it was, I want to say maybe around 2010. Anyway, he and I were pretty close too. I'll tell this funny quick story. His manager and him found me through MySpace back in the old days because they saw I was working on a Lord Zed costume and film and stuff like that. Anyway, so just thought you'd appreciate that. He just expanding more on what you like. He was a good guy. And
he was a complicated guy, and ultimately he had a heart of gold.
Yeah,
but he could be crusty as fuck. And his crusty meets my fucking crusty. Sometimes it wasn't pretty.
Ooh.
Wow. But that's okay.
Oh yeah,
that's okay.
Anyway, I thought you'd appreciate that.
Oh, Bob Pappenbrook and I almost got into it over at a fucking poker game. I thought twice about that when I took a look at what a fucking crazy motherfucker he really was and big. And I said, you know what? I'm not putting myself in harm's way in front of this tank.
Oh, he's a huge he was a huge guy, Bob. I was watching because like he actually appeared in a Wild Force episode as a live action thing, like as a clerk. And I saw he was like a good 6'2", 6'3", maybe even taller.
No,
No,
probably 6'1", 6'2", but big, beefy, and crazy. He was crazy.
Oh, but man, you and him had such great chemistry as a Goldar. I absolutely loved you guys when you bantered.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, a couple of crazies make for great cinema.
Oh man, Goldar and Rito should have had their own sitcom.
Yeah.
Oh, but Dan, you had a question?
Oh, what?
We're having so much fun. You remember the question, buddy?
Yeah.
Could you come back to me? I forgot.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
It only gets worse.
Oh boy.
Kerrigan, I love you, sir. Okay, we're gonna move on then. Chris, your first question for the legendary Kerrigan Mahan.
How did your experience in Power Rangers impact your voice acting career, and what opportunities did it lead to later on, you think?
Oh, it's a good 2-part question. I think the fact that the character actually became an icon, dare I say, I mean, you know, let's face it, this has been going on for what, 32 years. The fact that it was non-union was not in its favor, but for the general public, you know, it's pretty cool to have after all the voices I did, of which there were probably, I don't know, 500. I mean, I don't think that's an exaggeration. And if you count all the, you know, the looping work where, you know, I do this guy and that guy, you know, I mean, I'm in the beginning of The Professional, the movie. I'm the mafioso in the very, very opening when the guy's running around freaking out, and I go, hey, get your fat fucking ass out of, you know, we'll go look at that's me. I mean, I did a lot of that stuff where you heard me in movies right and left.
I gotta rewatch that.
You know what?
Oh yeah, it's cool.
I didn't know that.
Kerrigan,
yeah, it's cool. You can look it up right now. You could probably right now go opening of The Professional, and we'd all sit here and hear me do, you know, Maurizio. I'm Maurizio. So, in answer to your question, it was more a case of, wow, I get to have this fun through my life with this character Goldar. It's the one that caught. It's the one that wound up becoming a cemented, iconic character. As far as what it did for my career overall, absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing.
There's nothing.
Wow.
No. Nobody gave a fuck about my no other voiceover ever or on camera or anything said, oh god damn, yeah, you were the voice of Goldar. Wow, that's why you're getting this job. Had nothing to do with any of it. Nothing.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, it didn't matter. It's the way it works.
Mm.
You know,
wow.
You know, plenty of times I auditioned for stuff that I'd go, you know, you'd wind up hearing the goddamn fucking who they picked in your living room and go, what the fuck? I blew that guy out of the water.
Oh.
Kerrigan, weren't you in Bebe's Kids too?
Yeah.
I love that movie. Like, I think you were like on the intercom, right? You were the man on the intercom at the park, right?
Man on the intercom.
Like, and I think it was, I forgot what it was called. It was a parody of Disneyland that they went to.
Yes, it was, and I was actually two I was the big beefy cop.
I remember that.
I'm him. And I'm another character. Two. Let's say, I'd say that they would be considered cameos. And now I can't remember. You could look that up too. Who was I in BB's? I'd have to look it up myself. But there were two characters that I did. And I don't know how that even came about. I don't remember auditioning. Somebody pointed me in that direction, and you're going in there and doing that. Sometimes it's just weird how, once I went out to an audition. Who's the band? Evergreen? Evergreen? Huh?
No.
Green Day?
You mean Green Day?
What is it? Say?
Green Day?
Green Day?
What is the one where you hear all the little girlies say I'm pretty?
Oh, pretty fly for a white guy.
That's me.
Hold on, let me check.
That's me, guys.
Quam. We haven't heard from you, so you're gonna ask your first question, and then Gia's gonna ask hers.
Take it away.
Sure, babe. Okay, how did you approach voicing a more serious and complex character like the Magna Defender?
Yes.
Well, we've kind of gone there, but we can go further. Scott called me in. I'm playing it. It was not an audition. He called and said, I want you to play this character. I said, okay. Because Scott and I went back how many years, and he basically said, you're the only one that's gonna hold us off the way it needs to be. He said, okay, cool, let's talk about the character a little. Okay, we did. And I said, well, actually, it's a great question, and I thank you for it.
No worries.
Because he's probably I would say the most in-depth character I've ever played.
Is that so? Okay.
That's so. No, that's no bullshit. I mean, I've played a lot of characters.
Yeah,
a lot. And that character was very demanding.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's right. Because I do remember how demanding the Magna Defender was on how much he wanted revenge, and also, hey, who do you prefer to play more, Kerrigan? Either Goldar or the Magna Defender? Because the voices that you do.
Staying with your question, the Magna Defender is a much more rewarding, and was a much more demanding, and so I basically. We treated it with the utmost respect. We talked about it. Then Scott ran me some scenes, and I went, my God, this is a fucking real acting job, man. So on that note, most people don't really understand that, this is an anti-hero who is tortured. He's a tortured soul with good, bad, and ugly. So
yep.
I basically said, Scott, I think what I want to do is treat this like Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. He's tortured, he's angry, and he's got heart. And Scott said, I love it. Well, let's do the foundation. It's basically foundationally Clint Eastwood. Most people don't know that. So that's where we started. And that actually starts to carry you. You're not imitating Clint. I treated it like a classic Western where the bad guys came into town and tore it up, and the good guy is going to stick around and clean it up because he's dealt with bad guys, and he's kind of a bad guy himself, and he gives a huge fuck, and he doesn't give a flying fuck. And so you got to get into those intricacies, and we played the scenes much more than we ever did Goldar. I'd look at the entire scene and just go, well, this sounds like I'm self-flattering. Please don't get me wrong. It's not meant that way. I never saw my performance. I laid it down and we played it back, and we're happy or we're not. And if I wasn't happy, guys, we did it again. One note, if there's one thing I didn't like, I say, Scott, no, I want to bend something here a little here. And he'd always completely appease to cater to my perfectionism. It's beyond professionalism. It's perfectionism. Well, about 5 years ago, I decided to watch it. I'd never seen it. I thought, I'm going to see if I'm as good as I thought I might have been.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I thought I put in one of the better performances of my career. And again, we didn't bother watching anything. You didn't have DV, all the stuff to record. It's like, fuck it. You finish the job, you go down to the next thing. Now that you can see all this shit, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And I sat there by myself on my couch, and I watched I think it's 9. Is it 9? I believe only 9 episodes. I think that's it.
Lost Galaxy?
Of me, of Magna. It might have been 11, but I think it was 9.
Yeah.
The fact that it got this kind of attention with 9 episodes speaks fucking volumes. So anyway, hopefully you get a laugh out of what I'm going to say. I sat there on my fucking couch, watched them back to back, right there on Netflix, back to back. And I'm literally like a kid watching. I'm not feeling like I'm watching me. I'm just like, wow.
No, I get it. I get it.
And with all due respect, sometimes I deliver a line and I go, ooh, that was good.
Relatable, Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Relatable.
That's so relatable.
Extremely, Pete.
The punchline, and there is a punchline. Fucking punchline.
Oh man, I love it.
But you can feel the emotion in it too.
Well, that's it. That's my point. I mean, I sat there on my couch like a grown fucking man, crying at my own performance, and I thought, shit, it was good.
I'm actually working on the Ultimate Best of Goldar and Magna Defender, and I'm actually going to show you a clip of the first part. I actually completed the first part of the Ultimate Best of Goldar. Now, what I do, Kerrigan, I make compilation videos of like any character of Power Rangers, and I'm making like one of Goldar, and this features every single scene you did as Goldar, and from all season 3 episodes of Power Rangers, which I believe was 139 plus Zeo episodes plus in space, and I'm gonna combine it all into one video, which should be at least, by my estimation, probably 3 hours long of nothing but Kerrigan Mahan.
Now, if you don't, you got my text on that, or do you think you don't want to comb through and tighten it up and edit, really get rid of the what we'd call the fat?
How do you mean, sir?
Well, you really zero in on the really. Oh, fuck, that's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's going on a little bit there. That's kind of still. We can cut that out.
Okay, so it's only when you're actually speaking, then, right, sir?
Huh?
It's only when Goldar's speaking, right? Not when he's doing the grunts.
Well, I'm not saying all the grunts go, but I'm dropping them in here and there and wherever. I'm not telling you how to make your damn thing, but I don't know. I'm just, look, I'm a writer director too. I'm throwing in my 2 cents. I can't believe you're making this.
Well, I'm actually going to show you a 1-minute preview of the first part of it, which is season 1. And the reason I'm going to show this clip is because as a kid, I want people to know, like, how would I remember Kerrigan Mahan though? And I remember Kerrigan Mahan's performance as Goldar when I was watching as a little kid when my parents got me the Greenwood Evil Part 3 VHS, and there
Oh
was
yeah.
a scene that you did, which I still to this day felt like I was on the Tower of Terror. I felt like my heart was right here, and it raced straight down to the bottom in total fear. And we're gonna show that clip right now, and I'm gonna play.
Well, now let me just interject. Greenwood Evil is when what's his name called me and said, "Oh, your part's a lot bigger." That's where that was the voice change. That's when I had to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And you had a major role in Greenwood Evil in all 5 parts.
That's my point. That was when we realized, oh shit, you know, they fucked up, and all of a sudden they realized Goldar's a much bigger part, and I had to figure out what to do. So this was the very beginning of the new voice.
Oh. And what a better transition than this episode, right?
Great.
We're going to play a clip of it. I'm going to pull it up right now. Oh, there it is. Let me get the share screen, and then we will start Mumbo Jumbo. Here we go. Can everyone see?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ultimate best of Goldar / Kerrigan. What is this? A minute and a half clip.
Oh, Jason, if you had this power morpher, you could get out of here.
What's your point?
Come and get it, if you're brave enough.
Almost.
And now I think I'm finally ready to end this game.
That laugh he does.
Oh my god.
So much I'm almost sorry to see it end, but when my Empress commands, I obey.
Is why they didn't just like shoot the initial line that the episode ended with. A lot of English stuff to do that anyways.
You're beginning to make me angry, human.
Yeah, I remember that part.
I remember that as well.
And you let him escape.
He was teleported out, Goldar.
You had more than enough time to dispose of him, Green Ranger. Rita trusted you, but as it turns out, she should have left me there to do the job.
Give me another chance and trust me. I will destroy.
Breath on that one.
You may yet get a chance to prove yourself, but for now, you will remain where you are.
So, what'd you think?
I love it. It takes me back.
Oh man, wait till you see, and that's only a minute of this, and this is a minute of like probably 3 or 4 hours, because remember, this is gonna be a compilation of every single scene you did. I dissected, and after I'm done doing this, I'm doing a special tribute for the late great, like I mentioned before, the late great. You mentioned, I'm sorry, pardon me. You mentioned the late great Dave Malo, and I want to do one for Jason Wybera and Steve Andrino for playing Babu, and I'm also gonna do one for Michael Soros for playing Squat.
Wow.
But that's
a lot of work.
It is, but you know what? I just love doing video editing. Like yourself, sir. Like you like to do writing and like acting. My passion has always been interviewing, podcasting, and video editing.
Now you said Babu, Dave Mallow, or rather Dave Mallow played Babu.
Dave Mallow did his voice.
He did his voice, but then the guy.
It's only the voice.
Yeah, he was
the voice on the Babu. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the guy in the suit.
No, I was gonna do like a tribute for all 4 guys because the people that was in the suit and the guy that did the voice of him.
I get it.
Yeah. So it was like a tribute for 3 different people for one character.
Yeah, because that guy actually had a face. I mean, you actually saw that Babu's face.
Yeah, I think it was Babu was played by both Steve Andrino and Jason Wybera.
Yes, yeah.
I think it wasn't.
mostly with Babu, they would have actually used like the.
I think I met him in person when I was on the Ranger Stop 2 years ago. He dressed up the Babu, the suit. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I met him once when I was at Ranger Stop. So, yes, that's him.
I think Jason was also in Goldar's suit too. I could be wrong, but it might have been him.
There were multiple people.
Yeah, there were tons of people in it.
I met a guy, Hong. We actually had lunch together. Nice dude. Really cool. But I believe he was in my suit. Was one of the guys in the Goldar suit. And he was actually starting to go to shows. I don't know if he's still going to shows or not.
Huh. Who knows?
Have you ever?
I can't think of his name. You know, we each signed autographs to each other, and we go. Basically, I said, "Go fuck yourself, Hang," and he says, "Go fuck yourself, Kerrigan." So it's fun.
Damn.
That's
Savagery on that one.
It was a lot of fucks in that sentence.
Well, you know, bottom line, we had an awful lot of fun.
That's what matters, right?
And yeah, it finally is. And you know, if Scott Page Pagder, who's was one of my dearest, and he actually did, you know, Scott did the original score in the monster in the Redemption of the Monster. That's Scott's music. He did it in 3 days.
Incredible work.
I know.
He's fast, man. He's
so cool.
fast.
No, he said to me, if you don't fucking give me a locked picture, you're gonna have no score.
Wow.
Because the dates were so demanding, and it's like, you know, he needed a week to 10 days to do that, and he dropped everything for me. And that's a nice original score that he put together. You know, that's not bot music. That's not canned music.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's me in the water shooting her in those waves, having just learned how to use the GoPro to get those shots.
How was the water? Was it warm or cold?
Cold as fuck, and and it was windy, and we had a drift of 8 miles an hour taking us south. And of course, the big wave was purchased. That was $28 on the internet.
For a wave?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
my.
like a monster wave.
Yeah, the one that engulfed her. Yeah, the one that engulfed her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kerrigan, we have a few questions before we wrap up here, though. One of the questions I have for you, actually, though, because this is actually going to piggyback the question I asked earlier in the interview, and basically, where can you connect with your character on the personal level? Well, I want to ask you too, like, if in regards to Mighty Morphin, though, how was it to balance, you know, the approach of between Goldar's, you know, being a loyal servant to Rita and Zed, as opposed to, you know, his own personality? Like, how were you able to manage to balance the personality of Goldar between being a loyal servant and being his own personality himself?
Well, I think it's like life. I had bosses I had to answer to. So when I'm up there having to answer, depending on the line, depending on the arc of the scene, I might have a hint of attitude. You know, dare I say, I'm down there fighting these cocksuckers, and, you know, you're not anything but yelling. So give me a fucking break. You know, so I throw her a little attitude, then she throws me a little attitude. And I think that's part of the chemistry. And, you know, we're not in the studio together. I either hear her lines or I only read her lines. I hear her lines into my headset, or she hasn't recorded first, and I decide I'm going to throw her a little attitude. And still playing the respect card, whether I like it or not. So again, that's nuanced. When I'm down there fighting them, it's balls out. It's like, fuck you and fuck you. I got a job to do down here, and I'm expected to come back with the goods, and I never do.
Oh,
wow. That's the problem.
You don't get paid enough bullshit, don't you?
So I'm eating shit up there, and I'm coming down here trying to fucking deal with these cocksuckers, And I
what
come
a bunch of a-holes.
and it's like, Jesus Christ, I'll fuck you up. I do everything I can. Of course, I gotta also cater to the script. And Scott let me get away with murder because I don't he's not what's the word I want, micromanaging as a director. He let me go. Kerrigan doesn't need me to tell him what to do. I know what to fucking do. So
wow.
I could always, before we get to the next question, I could say, sir, that I could definitely appreciate when you speak your mind, though. I could definitely appreciate that. That's one thing I love about you, Karen. You're not afraid to speak your mind.
Yeah, and at the same time, I know when to shut. See, this is a problem with a lot of actors. You gotta know how to read a room. You gotta know when to shut the fuck up. You gotta know when to make a joke.
Yeah.
You gotta know when to compliment. This is before you perform. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to this shit. It's not about going, oh, I got 22 voices.
Yeah.
What's your fucking point?
Basically, show professionalism through humor.
Through wherever it is.
Whatever direction it takes.
There are times you've got to lay low. You're not the show. I've seen guys that are so talented and they think they're the show. And it's like, oh, you're going to show yourself the fucking door. And I've been told he can't come back. Yeah, but he's so good. It doesn't matter. I don't care. He's overbearing.
It's the ego.
Ego.
Ego, pronounce it. Yeah.
I mean, ego is fabulous if you're the show. If you're Bruce Springsteen. Fabulous. Do your thing, bro. And even then, when you're the shit, it can be like the band's going, fuck this fucking guy.
Well, like I said, Kerrigan, you are a man that is not afraid to speak his mind, and that I could totally appreciate that because I'm the same way as well, though. This next question I'm going to ask you in regards to that, though, and you're a man of much words, so with that being said, is there any advice you would like to give to the viewers watching at home?
Well, I don't know. When you say advice, let's
anything, a word, life advice, a word of advice, anything. It could be
okay. I will. All right, I will. I think we're living in some very scary times. I'm not going to get into politics.
Please don't.
I won't.
Oh,
I refuse. But I think we're past politics right now. I think we're into human. I think things have become completely out of control on so many levels. I think we need to reconnect with each other. Human to human, face to face. Put your fucking phones down. When you go to dinner, for fuck's sake, put your fucking phone down. I think we're getting lost as a society on a multitude of levels. And I think we've become a little overly woke. And it's like, okay, God, we've lost some words in this language, some good words that I'm not going to, they're not coming off my lips. But stuff that you kind of go, that was a good word for those people. And it's circled all the way back to practically the same word. I mean, we've become so consumed with, take the trans. Okay, fine. do it. Whatever you need to do. Look, we don't need to judge. And they don't need to be waving flags in my face. Just do your thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
I mean, it's just become complete insanity. And we're living in a world of, we're clicks away from zombies. I mean, people are walking into the street with their face in their phone, and it's like, God damn.
Yeah.
Jeez, settle fucking down, guys. Hook up together. Just be kinder. Have some respect for grammar, which is gone. That's okay. No problem. I can live with that, I guess. So what's my advice? I think right now, live every minute of every hour of every day as true to yourself as you can be and as true to others as you can be. And if somebody's full of shit, nicely say, hey, excuse me, you're full of shit.
Respectfully, just say that.
Respect.
Respect.
I agree with that.
Well said, Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Well said.
Wow. Maybe that's not a very good final note to go out on.
No, but you know what? That's hard.
Honestly, I got some COs and NCOs I wish I could have said that to, but honestly, UCMJ prevented me from it.
I will say.
Well, listen, when you go through the years that I did in voiceover, I remember getting on the phone with Don Pitts, my agent, at one point. And here's just a quick fun one, just going out with a funny. You got the copy. You were hired because they heard your audition. Not probably the first audition. You probably got called back. It's called callbacks. So 150 people read for whatever, and 25 got called back. And they picked you. So no sooner are you going into the studio. Now here come the egos. And they start telling you, yeah, hey, Kerrigan, yeah, what we're thinking about here, what we'd like you to do. We want to, and it's everything not to put up your hand and go, just curious. You want me to kind of do what I did in the audition? Well, yeah. Well, why don't we just go ahead and do that? But they all have to, they've got to prove that, their job. They're, okay, so they got to go through all this palaver. Okay, no problem. This is again back to reading a room. Knowing when to go, oh God, you're gonna start this bullshit. Here we go. We're gonna go 15 minutes before we fucking lay it down. And then there are two in behind the glass, and 2 turns into 3, and 3 turns into 5. 5 turns into 8, and your script looks like spaghetti. Hit this word. Oh no, could you come up on that? No. And it's just insane, where you just literally, you're so pushed to the point where you want to go, hey, I got a fucking idea. Go fuck yourself. But as you so aptly pointed out, sir, that's your job. I mean, your job is to stay cool, and you're getting paid. They're the bosses. And so you keep putting up with this shit.
Granted, I can say soldiers aren't really getting paid much better than they were back in the 80s.
So I guess the point I'm making is try to, with all of it, all the advice I just shared, try to somehow, remain patient with the morons, which there are a lot, unfortunately.
Oh yes,
those two guys,
many.
Those 2 people cloned themselves into 11 people behind the glass, and Then lunch came in. They had lunch catered into the studio, not me. I'm sitting on a stool behind a microphone, and I watched them all start to eat and not even say, "Hey, Kerrigan, we're gonna take a break." I finally waved. I was taken off the air. I couldn't even speak, meaning they couldn't hear me now. I'm like a monkey in a cage. And I waved my arms nicely, and one looks up and, yeah, what is it? I said, "Hey, if you guys are looks like you're taking kind of a lunch break. Do you mind if I step out for, a bit to, but oh yeah, never, nope, no food for me." And now again, I say there are 11 of them. There were 2, and they don't all add up to my age.
Wow.
And I went out and I called my agent, Don, and I was ready to go. I said, "I'm not fucking putting up with this shit. This is fuck these motherfuckers. They've got me. They have me down. I've done 17 fucking takes." And and this is Don, and you'll appreciate, this is the best impression in Hollywood of Don. Nobody does a Don Pitts like I do. "Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, listen, hey, listen, fuck these guys. Hey, just lay back. Just lay back. Don't worry about a fucking thing. Yeah, it's no big deal. It'll all be over before you turn around. Just lay low, knock it out, and you know the first take is going to be the 18th take. They're the same take. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about a thing here." He talked me down.
Sure. Sound a bit like Wallace Shawn when you talk like that.
Who did?
You sound a little bit like Wallace Shawn when you talk like that.
I don't know that guy.
He's the guy who was in Princess Bride who said, "Unacceptable!"
Well,
or inconceivable or something like that. I forget.
Your impression is probably pretty good of him, but Don's voice was actually fucking damaged. Yeah, he never knew what the fuck happened to it, really. So I'll finish it here. I did go back in. He talked me down. And sure as fuck, we did an 18th take. And these fucking cock-sucking morons all sat back.
Oh, Lord.
And they said, "Oh, I think we got it." Well, guess what? You know what? That 18th take sounded exactly verbatim. I can't say it. I want to. I want to say, "Oh, you think we're good? Do we get it? Yeah, let's play it back. Yeah, oh, care. That's the one. That's the one." I want everything in my power to go, "Well, I have an idea. Let's go back to take 1. Identical."
Kerrigan?
That's a good note to end on.
That definitely is. We're gonna get to our co-host's final questions and or comments. So we're gonna start. And I'm sorry, gentlemen, I'm a gentleman myself. So ladies first. So Gia, your final comment and or question.
Oh, there's more. But wait, folks, there's more.
There's more.
I'm trying my hardest to keep my eyes open. They're starting to drop.
That's okay, Quam. It's okay.
Dude, I'm tired. She's tired too.
Yeah,
I know. What time is it in the UK right now?
It's 2 a.m.
Damn, you're a soldier for sticking up for this episode. I give you my support, man.
Yeah, normally I'm a night owl, but I'm kind of at my limit right now because it's been a long day for us.
I mean, it's fucking Kerrigan Mahan. Of course you're gonna stay up late for this one, man.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Why do you have a right here?
Hopefully, I gave you enough entertainment to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, are you kidding me? You were amazing, my guy.
You was. You're a legend, sir. So with that being said, Gia, what is your final comment or question for Kerrigan?
Well, I guess I just want to say, thank you for all you've done, and honestly, your role as Goldar and the rest of the other characters that you've done have been phenomenal and have been such a huge impact to not just me but everyone here. So I guess all I can just say is just thank you. Just thank you so much.
Well, thank you for being there. And I did come to England. I did do Manchester. I don't know how close you are, but I did come to a Manchester event some years ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think I might be 2 hours away from Manchester, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe, but okay.
Yeah.
I hope the event was pretty cool over there, Kerrigan.
It was. I had a good time. They spelled my name wrong on the banner.
Oh.
Don't you just hate it when they do that?
Well, it's a little like, okay, it's about detail, fellas.
Yeah. Perfectionism. We get it. I'm a perfectionist. Gia's a perfectionist. We know your pain.
Well, it's just like, oh my God. And there's no fixing it. I mean,
yeah. I hate that too. He does too.
Mahan was spelled M-A-H-N.
Oh, that would have bothered me too.
What?
Oh.
That would have bothered me.
Well, okay.
How do you screw Mahan up?
How do you screw that up?
Well, Mahan is
and
in all it's pronounced many ways. And in Ireland, when I went to Ireland, they said, "What?" I said, "Where are the Mahans?" I went to a place, and he said, "There are no Mahans." I said, "Well, what are there?" He said, "Every fucking iteration of this all comes from McMahon." McMahon. McMahon. So Mahoney, Mahan, Mahan, whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, God, Sheriff.
So it all comes from, we all come from McMahon, which is up in, I can't remember which county it was. It was up on the west, way up, like northern, close to on top of Northern Ireland. Anyway, my point. I don't know that I have a point anymore. It's just, you gotta be careful having patience with stupid, because there's so much stupid and there's so much more stupid.
Yeah,
that's the one.
That is true. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't have patience with video people.
Kwame, you had a final question or a comment?
Oh yeah. Thanks for being awesome as Goldar, because he's literally my personal favorite villain in all of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Wow.
Literally. I love Goldar. He's just so cool. It's just the way you do his voice. It's just iconically legendary to me. And plus, in me and my girlfriend's little universe we're doing together, Goldar exists.
Mount Rushmore villains.
We never saw me get. I was never seen on screen being dissolved into sand. So I'm still out here theoretically.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But basically, you could kind of say in me and my girlfriend's universe, Goldar was kind of built from scratch. Like, all the gold, some different, how do I describe it? Manticore DNA, etc., but it's a different version of Goldar.
Yeah.
He's the first, let's not forget, everyone, that Goldar is the first ever, general of the Power Rangers series. He's the first one to kick it off. I mean...
Yeah, I know, and plus...
the first box they fought.
Well, remember, guys, I'm the only one that went down and fought him.
Yeah.
Hold on. There you go. See?
Concentrate a photo. Oh, there you go.
That's the Goldar I was talking about. I asked a friend of mine to do this just to show my respects to you, Kerrigan.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Oh wait, didn't Scorpina also go down and fight them?
Oh
no! Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah,
she did. She did.
No, you're such a spoiler through the whole show. I think I am fucking right. You're right. Scorpina, but I mean, how many episodes was I on my own? It's all me.
139 counted for seasons 1 to 3.
Yeah, normally.
Well,
normally,
about
they had a lot of episodes. They had a lot of
actually
episodes,
taking on the Rangers himself.
Huh?
They do, didn't they?
Yeah, there were. Yeah, I don't know if there was over 100 episodes where he was fighting the Rangers himself, but there were some episodes where he fought the Rangers himself.
Well, yeah, I'm saying there's 100. He made 139 appearances, Chris. Not.
I'm just saying that fucking Squat and Babu, or with their bullshit up there. and Rita carrying on. It's like, well, where the fuck are you, bitch? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
seriously. He's doing your dirty work. Why are you up there like while he's doing your dirty work? Go out there and fight.
Well, yeah,
Screaming.
exactly.
Yeah, don't fight. Don't fight his
Go out there and
battles.
fight.
In my opinion, the writers of the American version of Power Rangers could have also done more to mesh Babu and Squat with their original characters in the Japanese version. They could have actually given them more of a presence. They could have actually made them just as goofy, but at the same time, just as dangerous.
Oh, I think you're right. I think there were a lot of missed opportunities.
There were so many.
So many.
Yeah.
Tai, we haven't heard from you in a while, and I love your voice. So, any final comment or question that you have for the legendary Kerrigan Mahan?
Mayhem. But I'm okay. Mahan does not bother me. It's like
Mayhem.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel terrible pronouncing it wrong.
No, stop.
No, but I say his name is Mayhem.
Well, that was the YouTube channel for a while, and I gave up because I didn't bother with it. Mahan's Mayhem.
Right.
Mahan's Mayhem.
I should say your last name, not as like the other side, but it's last name. I shouldn't pronounce it. Your last name is Mayhem. Am I correctly?
Yeah. Well, it's the same tonal. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Tai, what was your question? Comment?
Which one? The final question or the different question?
Anyone, buddy.
Anyone? Oh, okay. So what's your next project coming soon?
I don't have much planned. I play tennis 5 to 7 days a week, singles, not pickleball.
Oh yeah, remember when you wanted to challenge me?
Hard singles fucking tennis is the only thing that is keeping me alive. I've got some screenplays that I'm not getting anywhere in this time that we're living in. The contact. So what is my next project? I don't really have planned. I mean, I can't really tell you. I'm in a transitory time in my life trying to figure out what am I going to do for these. I mean, guys, I'm turning 71 in January. I mean,
what? And you don't look, and sir, you don't look.
Yeah, you don't act it or look it.
You don't.
Dude,
you
look amazing.
You don't look like you're in. You don't even look like you're in your 70s.
No,
you literally don't.
No, he looks like a day under 20, guys. Let's be real here.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
he does.
And that's coming from Peter Bauman.
Oh,
Yep, that is coming. Well,
I'm being funny, Bauman.
Dan, your final comment or question?
For a couple of things. First, we talked about this earlier. The band was The Offspring, and then my next thing, just Kerrigan. I love him. You and I go way back. I have mad respect for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend at Ranger Stop. And if you're ever in Chicago, we should play some tennis, and you can see my Goldar costume. Whatever.
Really impressive, dude.
Wow.
He's the
yeah. I got his wings and whole body downstairs and everything, but it'd be nice to show you this thing in person one of these days. So,
and the
mouth moves.
Yeah. Wow, that's nice. I didn't know. I didn't realize you played tennis.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at it, but it's just fun.
How not good?
You'll have to see. Like when we play, you'll see how.
So basically, I'm just gonna take. It's just I'm a 4.0 rank.
Unless you'll beat me. Like here's the thing, you'll probably beat me either way out. But like for me, it was more just a fun hobby. I'm more like my thing was mostly martial arts. But I would swim, do tennis, and all that stuff on the side, and golf occasionally. But my brothers my one brother took it very seriously. But we still play back and forth. But
okay, so you hit. You're a hitter. You're not a thinker.
Yeah, no, I've been playing tennis since I was about 10. So
yeah, me too. 10.
Same.
Well, I think we'd have.
I knew when I got on the horn with you fucks that this wasn't going to be over and done with in 30 minutes. So here we are again.
Yeah, I remember from last time.
You know what? To be called you fucks, I'll take that as the highest compliment ever. I'm not gonna lie. That's coming. And you know what? That's coming from Kerrigan Mayhem.
Yes.
Yeah. He's also our boy Goldar.
Either way, again, I have mad respect for it, and just again, can't wait to see you this weekend. And I'll show you some of my clips I'm working on for my films, and I think you'll appreciate it. But either way, thanks again. Thanks for coming here, and Pete, as always, thanks for having me on. This was so much fun.
And just, I love having you on.
Now, let me ask one final question here.
Sure.
This is a work of love. What you do,
it's
your viewership. When you what's the pod? I don't even know where people look at podcasts. So,
well, I'll be honest with you, sir. Like my subscribers, I think I have right now 348. I think is right now. And as far as viewership, though, it varies. Though it depends on who's on it. Like for instance, there could be a video that could have over 50 views. There could be one that could have 50 views itself, and there could be some that could be, whatever. It's just whoever is interested. Like for instance, your interview that we did is over 200 views.
Okay.
And that's from I believe last year, because we did the interview like shortly after PMCC.
Yeah.
Which I cannot wait to see you again at next year's PMCC.
Now that's in
California. That's Pasadena, yeah.
Oh, and Pete, you got 348. You got 348 subs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
I just checked.
And that's and I've started 5 years ago, so 5 years and 348, still growing, but hopefully we get to bigger numbers. But
I still tell people that I'm a podcaster, so it gets more viewership too.
I just
yeah, Chris is right, man. Yeah,
I just love doing the show. And Chris, before I get to my final comments, Kerrigan, Chris had a final question and he would like to ask you in regards to the redemption of the monster from Piedras Blancas.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share any memorable behind-the-scenes stories during your time shooting that?
Oh, there are lots of them every fucking scene. So we were wrapping things up. So the biggest one was the fact that I didn't have the reaction scene and having to bring her into my house. Wow, that would be the biggest behind the scenes faux pas mess, and I solved it. There's so many. There's so many. Okay, the dog. Okay, the dog was a Hollywood dog in training. We'll leave it at this. Did you see it? You saw it?
Chris, he's asking
you. I still need to see it.
Oh, well. There's a scene in the movie where the dog jumps into the wagon, and I won't get into the details because you haven't seen it. But then, though, the couple of you that have, you'll get a kick out of this, and he'll get a kick out of it when he sees it. Even though the scene is later in the movie, it happened to be the first scene we shot. Like any movie, you shoot completely out of sequence. Because schedules demand it, and what locations can you get, when can you get, blah de blah. Well, this was kind of a tricky thing. The girl's riding a bicycle with a wagon behind it and carrying a surfboard that has all been fabricated, and she's only 11. So for her to just jump in and get this straight and down and figured out, and a dog that is basically in training with 2 trainers that have come up from Hollywood with this cute little dog Knox, a Lighthouse, and I realized what a terrible way to start the shoot. This is terrible. I am going to be put behind schedule hour 1, getting the dog to get into the jump in, and she's racing out of the store. And again, when you see it, all I can share with you is getting that dog to get up and into the rig, and then for her to take off and go out into the street in Cayucas, tiny little town, still there's traffic. And we are take after take after take after take after take. What we call it in Hollywood is I'm not going to make my day. My day is already fucked. I have to be on the beach. I've got a whole nother mess I've got to shoot down on the beach with the tides coming up and the light changing. These are all the realities, right? And so finally, she runs out of the store. I think I am correct. I believe it was the 9th take. And she says, lighthouse, whatever, mount up, or whatever. She says, and boom, the dog jumps into the back. Perfect. And she gets off finally without fucking up or stumbling. I mean, it wasn't always about the dog not being able to get into the thing. Sometimes the dog got in, but then she couldn't get the bike off and going. So you got to stay calm and cool over this shit because, the last thing anybody needs to see is a director having a meltdown or starting to have a fit. So finally on the 9th take, the fucking dog jumps in, mounts up. She takes off smooth. Everything's going fucking beautiful. Down he goes. The witch comes, the cashier who's like the Wicked Witch of the West. This is the parody of the movie. She runs out of the fucking store screaming with the broom, I'll get you, you. And down they go. And what you see in the movie will be to the last frame before we cut, because the next frame is the whole fucking wagon tipping over, the dog spilling into the street, traffic coming to a screeching halt, and that's what actually happened on that take. But you don't see any of it because we got enough, and I cut it right to the frame and said, that's it, cut it, fuck it. And everyone was up in a complete uproar, but I knew I had it. I knew I got the shot.
Gosh.
Oh, wow.
It is Odo.
Yeah, man.
Fucking brutal. It's fucking brutal.
That is.
Wow. I think it worked for what it was, though, right?
Dogs, well, it worked like a dream. You'd never know it in a million years. You look at the shot and go, wow, beautiful. Yeah, well, the next frame is like, that's not so beautiful. The wagon just tipped over. The rig is going everywhere. She almost crashed the bike. I mean, it was a fucking mess. I wish I had the outtake.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well.
And with that, I'll also say, yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure having you on the show again.
Thanks.
And yeah, unlike a lot of the other guys here who followed Power Rangers more religiously than me, Mighty Morphin was probably like the one I actually followed much closely because, yeah, after that, too much change came too quickly with Zeo Rangers. And after that, I would just say that you were probably like one of the OG villains that I remember most vividly in the series. And yeah, your presence was probably like the most, I guess, well-known and well-established within the franchise that I can recall.
Oh, I agree with you. I've been flogging this character for 32 years.
What? What do you think? He's literally a fan favorite to everyone, and he's one of mine.
He's my favorite too. And I'm gonna get to my final comment, Kerrigan, and that is
glad he's in our universe.
My final comment for you, Kerrigan. I've said it before. I said it on our last interview, and I don't care if one of my co-hosts thinks I sound like a broken record. I say it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not afraid to say it. It sounds more like a catchphrase when I say this too, and that is Kerrigan. It's unfortunate that you don't have the powers that Goldar has. Personally, I wish you did. That's me personally, but you do have this incredible gift, Kerrigan, where you could take a 35, almost 36 in 2 more months year old fan and bring him way down here and make him feel like that 4-year-old renting those Blockbuster tapes, watching Power Rangers, and to give you an idea of what Petey back in the day looked like when he first watched Power Rangers. This was me donning the Green Ranger t-shirt back in the day.
Oh,
back in 93?
That was 93.
As
93, 94. It was 94, 93.
As my grandmother used to say, God love you.
God bless you, sir. God loves you too. Like I will say this too. Like before we wrap up here, though, I just want to say thank you for this incredible part 2 interview. You're always welcome to come back anytime you want. I'm gonna send you a copy of this interview as soon as we're done, though. Like this has been so much fun, Kerrigan. Much like when I first met you in PMCC, it was such an honor. I felt like honestly when I came over to your booth, I felt like that 4-year-old kid watching Mighty Morphin again, watching Goldar. In all honesty, and that was my first PMCC, and next year is going to be my second one, and it's actually I just can't wait.
Well, listen, you guys, I appreciate all of this, and I always have, and I always will, and I have the fans come up, and many of them say the same thing, and it's okay. Oh my God, you have no idea. I grew up with you, and all those. I know, I know, I know. And their hands are shaking, and I say it's okay. It's just as surreal for me as it is for you. And I just said to my sister today, she does a terrible thing of taking pictures of people, and she says, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. No, you're not going to hell. You're a very good, wonderful person.
What, just because taking photos? Is that why?
What?
What, just because of taking photos like you said, right?
Oh, she shoots our human species in their most gross outfits, and she catches all kinds of candid stuff of the grossness of the human being. And she's very talented at doing it, but somebody's going to catch you, I swear to God. And she says, I'm going to hell. I'm not. I'm going. She's kidding. We kid. I said, no. You're not going to hell. You're going to spend a little time in purgatory. I, on the other hand, am not spending not a minute in purgatory. I am going straight to heaven, but I'm going to be watched with a very hard eye because I get a pass. I changed all these people's lives, and they really want me in hell, but I can't go there. But they're going to be watching me like a hawk in that fucking heaven. So,
oh man, I absolutely love your humor, sir. I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate your humor, and I appreciate the fact that you can actually. I mean, the fact that you can balance like two different characters, like you're just a multi-talented actor, sir. That's all I want to say.
Well, thank you. I thank you. I really. I don't know. I think about getting back on the stage, maybe the biggest role I ever played was Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. And every Christmas I think about, should I go ahead and reprise my Scrooge? And every summer I go, I don't know, so much work.
One last thing, Kerrigan, before we wrap up here, and I feel like you deserve this too, and that is something that to pay tribute to you again, and that is Kerrigan. You have my support, sir, and let me just say this: it was great talking to you again. Everyone, have a great night, and I will get this interview up, all fully up pronto.
Okay, I'm flying. I'm getting on a bird. Well, tomorrow at this time, I will have to be in bed and I'm up at probably, but I'll be fully packed, and I'll be up at 3 a.m. on the road at 3:45 a.m. to catch a plane that will push back at 6 a.m. and I'm starting that whole travel day to get out to fucking Ranger Stop.
I'll see you there.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Good luck over there when you get there, Kerrigan.
Whatever it takes. I'll meet you there, whatever it takes, because I gotta focus on with the different actors before I'll meet you soon, including this. I have a double, one for you and one for myself. Oh, and of course, here's my inspiration a little bit. I remember it was back in the 90s, since the Mighty Morphin comes out, including my personal favorite is Jason David Frank. And of course, I wanted to find out who's the voice of the Goldar. In the years later, like nowadays, I wanted to know who is the voice. Oh, that's you on it, Kerrigan Mayhem. And so here's my impression voice, if you don't mind. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna focus on my vocal because there's some changes about my throat on it. Forgive me. Here it goes. Here's my favorite line right here. Hold on. I, King Goldar, the ruler of the universe.
Oh,
that's very
actually
close.
really good.
That's
Wow.
really close. That is
Wow.
very, very close.
Really good. You know, I cringe every time somebody launches into doing it because, you know, I'm sorry to say, you know, most of the time it's cringeable, but that was excellent.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
That was
I did.
very
That's
close.
what I
That
made
was
the voice
close to
for you.
Goldar.
I was like, there's something changing going on. This was a couple years ago. And now I realized I wanted to do that voice from you. So it makes sense. So
well, you know, you found interesting. You I know because I heard it, and I know a little something about that voice. If you catch my drift, that what you're doing is you're rolling the voice over the chords. You got a lot of air in it. That's not actually hurting your voice, and you can feel that it's not hurting your voice. You did a great job. You did a great job of that.
yeah.
That was solid.
Nicely done. Now,
I know.
No, wait. Let me hear one more before we sign off. And we are signing off. I want to hear you say, "Oh, so you think she's cute too, huh?"
Oh,
Please
that
stay
one.
tight.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Touch him again, you'll be chicken wings in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. That was from the '95 movie. That line quote. I was like,
Did you see the little thing that Paul Freeman and I did that got all kinds of views with?
I saw it.
God damn it!
I saw that one.
Fucking, we did it in one take. One take in the
That
green
was
room.
one take.
One
Steve,
take.
One take.
Good.
One take. Voila.
Steve
One and done.
Cardenas wanted to shoot this fucking thing, and Paul and I said, "What do you want to do?" Okay, in the green room. Okay. We go to the green room. Okay, what do you want, Steve? That thing with the, you know, you think she's pretty cute too, huh? Okay, and then Paul does his thing, and you know, we kind of go, okay, well, let's just shoot one. But then I guess it went viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kerrigan.
Okay, guys, my thumb is falling off from holding this phone. We're signing off.
Thank you again for joining us, Kerrigan. You have a great night, and thank you, guys. Take care.
Over and out.